tweaking their setups. I haven't got the YouTube up at the moment, but it'll be interesting to see if anyone out there that is listening to us, some of the guys out there could give us an idea of what the weather is actually doing out on track for qualifying, for the race. Not giving too much away, of course, but it'll be good for us to know what the weather's doing. So, yeah. Can't wait, mate. Cannot wait.
It's looking good, as I believe, as I can see the mechanics moving. There seems to be a Merc heading out on track, from what I can see.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Well, both of them getting ready. They're both...
Oh, Mike Swift is actually first out on track, to be fair, man.
Mm. Oh yeah, no, it is Mike Swift. Oh, as he goes wide completely, entering turn 1. Really didn't take that one well.
He certainly does. No, obviously it's a definitely an outlap, and I don't know why my camera's not working, but I'll get these telemetries up straight away for you guys out there. Full map, very good. That was an extremely strange camera angle from Codemasters there. We do apologise, but obviously that is completely out of our hands, guys. As we're watching Mike Swift do an outlap there, all these guys, this is round 1, of course. This is tier 2. We do want to mention to you boys out there, boys and girls, I should say, that we do have tier 1 coming up. That is tomorrow night. Same time, different channel. We do apologise. This is broadcasting. I probably understand that most of the guys watching this are probably guys in this league. We do apologise, boys. We were having login details. That will be rectified, I hope, by tomorrow for whoever is streaming tier 1. But yeah, tier 1 to follow tomorrow. That is 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time Zone. Whoa, as Mike Sands gets extremely loose there. A bit hot. Absolutely, mate.
What's this looking like? As well, someone else is going to take over the first lap because Mike has spun.
It will, mate. That is Forever Shaq. So he's just coming around where pit lane entry is now. So we're going to stay on board with Forever Shaq. This will be the first guy to set an absolute flying lap. Like I said to you, BB, these boys are just be getting their eye in at the moment. Been a little bit of a break. Obviously, we're coming back from a Christmas and a New Year, and we do hope all you guys out there had a great New Year break. But yes, we are back racing here, and this is week in, week out here at ORL. And first time for me, first time for BB, and it's great to be here. And yes, and who is that getting out of the way? I'm not too sure who that is, but we are
I believe that was a Racing Point.
A Racing Point getting out of the way, and on an outlap is Noodle Marble. Well, I don't even know how to say that. I'll just call him Noodle Marble. I do apologise, mate. But yeah, as Forever Shacks in Sector 2, approaching towards the end of Sector 2, obviously maybe these times will start to come up purple, because it'll be the first one to set a valid time, I do believe. But no, maybe I have missed one in front of him. I'm not too sure, but we are going to stay on board with Forever Shack anyway, just to see what he can do on this lap, just to get a good lap. And like I said, albeit a Q1 session, you don't want to burn up too many tyres in this session, do you, BB?
No, you don't. As I have just been given information that Noodle Marble has a 5-place grid penalty. He did have a collision with someone.
Oh, that is so unfortunate there by Noodle Marble. Oh, and we have missed something out on track. But as Forever Shack's about to set a time, and that's not too bad from him, mate.
A 128.
120.4. That is fantastic. What a great lap from him.
But we have seen... Oh, no, sorry, I thought his teammate was on a lap as well.
I do apologise, guys. I have missed a couple there, but as James Ralph is about to set a time of 1 minute 22.56, as Mike Swift, is that Mike Swift coming around that? Oh, and he has spun again, and he's getting out of the way of that Racing Point, and that would be of Ramin. Ramin is on a lap, but unfortunately he's invalidated, mate. So if you could see if you can go ahead of me and see who's the next one would be on a valid lap for me, please, Chad.
Having a look now, it's looking...
Oh, I've got Don... Sorry, mate, I do apologise. I've got Don Under Fire. Is he one of the next ones?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Certainly is, mate. He's coming around this tricky second last. Oh, that's exactly what I mean. A bit of a tail happy. You've got to be extremely careful there, putting the power down. But Don Under Fire is a quality race. Let's see what time he can do, mate. A 121.7. Fantastic.
Puts him up the front rows. Urban has also put in a time going third fastest, so...
Oh, and have a look at this. As Exqueem, I do apologise, mate, but Exqueem is on a lap, and his teammate was right in front of him, and probably didn't realise he was on a hot lap, but it's hindered him a little bit. He's gone a little bit wide there, but he still wants to set a time here, mate.
Nick's the grass a little coming out of that last turn as he'll come across the line to get a 1:21.7, putting him up into the second row.
Brilliant. As we'll see, is it Nickham? Is he on a lap? No, unfortunately, he has invalidated, and behind him is a Huss, I do believe. Is that James Rolfe? Yes. He's going into the pit lane. That's the beauty of the commentators. That always tends to happen. We don't have that much action out on track, guys. We'll just try to pick one up. We've got
Noodle. Yep, Noodle.
Yeah, Noodle's out there on track.
But he went really slowly entering turn 12, and for some reason he seems to be on the mediums. Don't know why he might be waiting for Q2 to get that, but...
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Like I said, mate, it could... We're not privy to the fact about the weather. Maybe if it... I'm not too sure. It looks an absolute gorgeous day here in Australia at Melbourne, so... I hope the weather is on our favour in that regard, because, yeah, if it is not, it makes sense to burn up a pair of mediums. It gives you more softs in a Q2 and Q3 session. So, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yep. Oh, it looks like we've had a McLaren going off. The Sim Racer 666 seems to be out of the session.
Oh, that's unfortunate from him. Not too sure what happened there, mate, but yeah. A Q1 session, unfortunate. Didn't even get to set a time, I do believe. As Rolling Thunder in the Ferrari is on an outlap. He's about to start a time. Not too sure who's on a lap at the moment, mate. If you could check that for me, that would be fantastic.
No one is.
Rolling Thunder here. Here is my team.
One.
Here is a Tier 2 lad. He is in, well, I'm in Tier 1. I'd like to say representing the Ferrari team. Showing a bit of love to my Ferrari compatriot there. Rolling Thunder. Hope he has a great lap. Let's just stay with him.
Coming up to turn 3. Hits the apex nicely in first gear. Looking like a decent lap here.
It certainly is. It's nice and tidy, mate. Keeping it very clean. Staying off that AstroTurf. Exactly what you want to do here at Melbourne. There are some sections where you can grab it. There are most sections where you cannot. But so far, so good, mate. In between those lines is exactly where he wants to be. Is he maximising those apexes, straightening out those corners exactly like what he did there, putting the power down. This looks like a cracking lap so far here from Rolling Thunder. Let's just have a look at this sector time. Let's see what he can do. He crosses it now and not privy to the fact that does a touch wide and extremely cautious. And it seems to be the norm here in a Q1 session, mate. Guys are a bit tentative, just making sure that probably that they don't wreck their lap. Get a good lap in first off, albeit still 9 minutes left in this session. We still have a Q2 and a Q3 session remaining, mate. The bottom, well, from 16, 17, 18, 19 and P20 will all be eliminated. We are only looking for 4 more, as that's Mr. Racer 666 unfortunately was unable to complete a lap, but Rolling Thunder sets a 1 minute 24.9 from him.
As I believe the next person was Red Bull Moose, but he seems to have invalidated his lap, so the next person would have to be Ramen, or, yep, Ramen coming across. Just going over turn 12 now, would be the next one to set a time.
Oh, and Ramen has invalidated, unfortunately. I think that track map has gone red. Yes, it has. And his teammate getting out of the way, as a good teammate should. But I do believe this lap will not count, my friend.
Rip the Beans now is the mathematically the next one across the lap.
So rip the Beans. We're not privy to these sector times, guys. These times are starting to drop. Rip the Beans in the Mercedes. Let's see what time he can do. This tricky second last and last section of this famous Albert Park Street circuit. As he comes across the line now, he sets a 1 minute 21.7.
Mercedes lockout. Mercedes lockout.
Yes, exactly right, mate. A Mercedes lockout. That is amazing. So far, good stuff. Good stuff to see there from the Mercedes drivers. Maybe it might be a sign to see early doors. Always we have Oh no, so I do apologise. Got a bit excited there, guys. But that's Tough Chef has retired, I do believe. Quite comfortable, if I'm not mistaken, with a 124.8. And we did see someone lose the back end, if I'm not mistaken. Who was that?
It looks like an Alfa Romeo. It seems to be Mike Swift. Mike Swift has had a few... Oh, it's gone off again.
We only caught the back of that, guys. But Mike Swift has not had a great clean session so far. Wants to put in a nice lap. A 127 may not get it done here, BB. We're looking at a cut-off time. So far, we've got Noodle on a 1 minute 28.4. Gee, mate, I'm not too sure. We've got P10 on a 124.8. So I'm not too sure if these times should start to come down a little bit more, I would suspect. But yeah, Mike Swift will want to get a move on.
Crump coming across the line now as Crump will go 12th fastest with a 124.8. Seeming to put both of the Red Bulls on the bottom row. Will both of the Red Bulls be able to accomplish something, or could they both be knocked out?
Let's hope so, mate. Either one of them have not completed a valid lap yet. As Mike Sands, I do believe, is having an absolute nightmare of a time out there. He's struggling to get around that last section of the track as Red Bull Moose is prepping his car for his first flying lap. Let's just see what Red Bull can do. His time is kicking down, BB. We need to concentrate on these guys down the bottom here, mate. This knockout zone is going to be extremely interesting. Round one here, Australia. Oceania Racing League here at the ORL. Proud to bring you this race here to Tier 2.
As we've just seen a Haas just come across the line now, going up to 11th. But as you were saying, let's have a look at these Red Bulls. As we have Red Bull Moose now coming across the line, heading into turn 1. Going into 4th, coming into turn 2. Loses it a little.
He does, mate, but DRS wing wide open. Look at that. Pedal to the metal, flat out. Straight down to turn 3. Look at that. Takes the curve beautifully. Oh, and he's a bit tail happy. Wants to keep it nice and clean. You can lose so much time or gain so much time through this section of the track, depending on how clean you are, mate.
That's right, that's right. Seems to enter that turn a little bit slowly. Gets right up on the green. Lucky to not have invalidated his time. Coming on to the next one now, breaks right around the 50-meter board, hits it in 3rd, does that nicely, comes back up to 4th, nicks the grass a little, but now as we see Red Bull Moose coming into the daunting turn 12, will he have this, will he complete it nicely, or will it be invalidated? He seems to go a little bit wide going into it, and coming out of it extremely slowly. That could seem to affect his lap.
It does, mate, it does. He brakes hard on the brakes there. He takes as much curb as possible. Runs a little bit wide, but no harm, no foul here. He takes as much curb as he likes there. And he wants to be hard on the brakes here. 2nd gear, hard on the brakes, easy on the power. There you go. The tail gets a little bit squeaky there. Wants to keep it nice and clean. Keep it off that AstroTurf. Perfect. Rear wing open. Let's go. Let's see what he can do. He does a 1 minute 23.8 P10. I dare say that may be safe, mate.
It's looking like it. It's looking like it, as it
We are
seems...
sticking with Noodle, I believe.
Yes, it seems to be Noodle is the next one.
Yeah, he's on an absolute lap, mate. He is currently... the sector times have started to come up now, and we're starting to see it for you guys at home. You're starting to see what these guys are doing on their current lap. He is currently 1.8 seconds better than his previous best at Sector 1. Excuse me, let's see what he does at Sector 2. Well, there you go, folks. 2.044 seconds better than his previous best. He's absolutely on a lap. Nails that section of the track. Wants to get this nice and clean here, BB.
He does. Coming into these final last few turns now. Hits it in 4th. Does that quite nicely. Breaks around the 50-meter board. Puts it in 1st. Right on the apex. Doesn't go wide whatsoever. Stays in 4th, coming on the last turn, as we're going to have Noodle come across the line to do a 123.7, putting him in 10th place, knocking Red Bull into 11th.
That was a way better lap than what he did previous, mate. That was 4.5 seconds approximately better than his previous best that he's ever gone around here so far this season. That is a great lap. Good on you, mate. Well done. Good to see.
Absolutely crazy. It's looking as the next one across the line is going to maybe be Brock Bamford, 33 in the Alfa Romeo.
It certainly is, mate. We've
Oh
just
no.
picked him up there. Oh, and
Oh,
he's thrown it in the pit lane. He does have visible damage, mate. He has missing a front wing left end plate. So he's had a bit of a venture off track there, folks. We have missed that as Rip the Beans is about to cross the line, and unfortunately, he's invalidated. And let's see if he's got enough fuel. Look, he has saved his ERS here, mate. So he's on a lap right now and wants to keep this one nice and tidy. He's kind of safe, so maybe he's just burning up a set. Let's just see what this weather's doing. Be interesting to know. I'm not keeping an eye on the chat, and it's unfortunate because it's not coming up at the moment. But if you could find out in the chat, if there are any races out there, please let us know what this weather is doing. It'd be fantastic to find out, to give us an idea of what you guys are doing, on how you guys are running, and speculate on strategy and tyre strategy, because we all do know here, BB, when it comes down to Q2, the fastest time is the time you will be starting with the tyre compound. You'll be setting, the time you set will be the tyre compound that you'll be starting on. So that didn't quite come out the way I would have liked it to, but unfortunately Mike Swift has retired from the session. I'm not too sure if he has done that in the pit lane, but we're staying on board here with Rip the Beans. And we've got Bunnings employer saying it's staying cloudy. So, and Rip the Beans has invalidated, but I dare say that's none the matter, mate. Absolutely none the matter, because he is safe. And Maleficent, he's on a lap, but he's invalidated. So, yeah.
I think we've had a Red Bull mess up here. It's not me, it's you. Sorry for pronouncing his name wrong. I think he's got this timing completely wrong. I think he's tried to wait for as long as he can, but with only around 30 seconds remaining, trying to get around Albert Park, I don't think that's physically possible.
I think you are spot on here, mate. We're going to keep an eye on this. It's not me, it's you. Because I think you may be exactly right there, BB. I don't think he's got enough time there to get to that start-finish line. He said, it's ticking down, mate. 15 seconds to go now. There is absolutely no chance. He has mistimed that run, and that is so unfortunate from him. Let's see who would have been the last one. That would be Rolling Thunder. So in front of him is Maleficent, and in front of them is a Mercedes, but they're safe. So we're going to be staying with Maleficent. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, mate, but we are staying on board with you because you are in the danger zone. You need to qualify better than P16. And he's currently up on his previous best, albeit 7 thousandths, folks. 7 thousandths. That's a blink of an eye, guys. He's approaching this Sector 3 now. Let's see if he can pick up some more time through this section. He wants to gain seconds. Maybe he made a mistake last lap. This was the area where he got a bit tail happy. Let's just see if he can keep it nice and clean, BB.
Let's see if he does. Oh, just seems to not go wide there. Will he be able to make time in these last few corners now? He doesn't look like he'll be able to get pole, but as he comes across the line, Millie will go, a 1:26.6, being officially knocked out in Q1.
And unfortunately, Rolling Thunder, the last of the lads to be able to set a valid time in that session, does not improve on his previous best. So he starts P16. Let's not forget we have
a Renault, as in Crump.
Yes.
He's out on a lap. He needs to go faster if he wants to make it to Q2. I've heard a bit about this lad. I've heard that he's not the quickest, but I reckon this will be a very much mass improvement if we can see him get into Q2.
He is, I do believe he will be safe. I'm not too sure. He's got, well, no, he needs to beat a 1:24.850. So that is, I beg your pardon, that is 13 hundredths better than he's gone before. And this looks like he is kind of better than his previous best. Absolutely better than his previous best. He's done it. He's absolutely done it across the line. Yes, there you go, mate.
There
a 1:24 flat. Fantastic. Well done, Crump. Awesome lap from you, mate. And that is, I believe, the Q1 session done. So as we'll stay with Big Fletch, give us something to look at. He is furthest out on track there. This time is ticking down. All the lads have completed their lap. This will reset into the lobby. We can have a good look at what these boys actually did. And we'll get cracking on to this Q2, this all-important Q2 session.
It's looking like it. It's looking like this is going to be an extremely close quali.
I agree, mate. Looking forward to this as these sessions. Oh, there you go. You did say before. Have a look, guys. We'll start at the top. We've got Forever Shack with a great lap there, with a 1 minute 20.482. Fantastic. 5/10, half a second better than Urban, which is a great lap by Urban. And maybe these guys here rip the beans. I'm expecting these times to tumble a little bit more, mate. But you did say earlier, during that Q1 session, halfway through, I do believe, Noodle, mate, 5th-place grid penalty. That is painful. That is unfortunate. But yes, wherever he qualifies, unfortunately, take 5 away, and that will be his starting grid. But the guys to be eliminated, and there you go, guys. Rolling Thunder, Maleficent, Mike Swift, It's Not Me, It's You. And I missed that last one. I do apologise.
Alright, here we are in Q2. Now my audio finally seems to be working. I couldn't quite hear these beautiful F1 engines, but now I said...
Oh, really?
Yep. I think I've got my audio
so
now.
Painful.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic, mate. Welcome back, buddy.
Oh, the F1. Oh, how I missed it.
Oh, mate, don't we all? Don't we all? Of course, this, last year now, hard to believe we're in 2021, mate. But last year, of course, an extremely difficult year, and still rolling on this year, but F1 2020 PS4 rolling on. Doesn't matter rain, hail or shine, COVID or not, we're racing. Hope you can join us every week here, guys. Wednesday, Tier 2.
This is looking like it's going to be a racing point, the first one out on track.
That is always, and he's let Little Thunder, Urban side of the by, mate. So, yeah, wasn't comfortable being out there, possibly setting the first lap. So we'll stay with Urban.
Yep,
We're just going to go run through some of these guys. The facts on some of these guys. Urban, to be honest with you, he's a Ferrari driver. This will be his last appearance. You will see him in T2, and this will be the last time you see him in the Ferrari. He is actually going to Mercedes, stepping up to the plate to be a Tier 1 driver. He was in my team there, and we had a bit of... he was asking prior to the season, he was all keen, and then once we found out he was changing teams, it was like, wow.
You backstabber.
We're not sharing secrets anymore, babe. So yeah, he's an absolute great guy, gem of a lad, and I hope he has a cracking lap, albeit representing the Ferrari. So yeah, that's Urban's last race in the Ferrari. And Venti Supersoft. Venti Supersoft has jumped in that Ferrari to replace Urban Skyver as the Tier 2 driver. So that's fantastic to see. So Venti's a great guy. Good to see him in the Ferrari. Looking forward to seeing what he can do, and you'll probably see him round 2, if I'm not mistaken. So
no, I'm gonna have a bit of a bias against Rahman, as he was one of my former teammates in Alfa Romeo, so I definitely will be pumping for him to get up into Q3.
Of course, mate. As so you should. Showing some love out there, as we are commentators here in this Tier 2 division, and we should not have any favourites, and nor do we. But we're showing some love to our fellow compatriots, as we rightly should, and we all hope you have a great race out there, guys. So Urban's currently on a lap, and don't mind those sector times. The colours have finally come back here, BB. I did not have them for Q1, but you will see purple, all for Urban, as he is the first guy on track. There you go, guys. Purple again, as he absolutely nailed that corner. Fantastic, Urban. He's on a lap. I am interested to see what this time is, mate. This looks like a cracking lap so far.
I reckon this will be in the 119s if I'm not careful.
Mate, interesting. Let's go, Urban. Let's see what he can do. He's got a little bit of traffic in front of him. Some dirty air, but it's not going to hinder him too much. Maximises that last corner exit. Fantastic, Urban. Crosses the line there. Oh, it's not going to be a 119, but it's a 120.6. Fantastic lap there by Urban, as Ramin crosses the line. Does a 123.0. Maybe he made a bit of an error. I'm not too sure, mate. But yeah, he would want to improve on that.
Gone under fire.
Yeah, not too sure what happened with him. Gone under fire. He's
doing a 121.8.
Yes, sorry, I missed that, Don. I do apologise, mate.
As we're going to have
the
Rip the
catch-up
Beans on the mediums to a 123.0. Sorry for cutting you off there, but...
No, you're right, mate. Cut me off as many times as you like. That is big fetch. Fletch, I do apologise. And that is 121.9. Great lap by him. As we quickly flick down to Forever Shack. Oh, and he's invalidated. That is so unfortunate. Forever Shack as James Ralph crosses the line now. Sets a 1 minute 23.5. These lads give us no respite in these Q sessions as the time starts rolling down. Holy moly.
We're going to have
Rumpf is about to set a time.
Yeah.
Here he goes now. He sets a 1 minute 24.2. Good enough for P8 currently.
So I think I've had someone lag out as that's the chef. Seems to have lagged out here.
Oh, that is unfortunate. I hope one of the admins are listening to this as they can get him back in this server as Noodle puts that in the pit lane and his teammate Ramin is heading around that last corner now. This looks like a better lap from the lad. What does he do? Oh no, he's back way out of that. Way out of that. He has set a 124. That was 1 and a bit seconds slower than his previous best as Urban goes in the pit lane. Both Mercer out on track. Rip the Beans. Is he in pit lane? Yes, no, he's not.
It's going to be Forever Shack. I was trying to look for the next guy to come across the line. It's destined to be Forever Shack on the mediums. I was looking out for the cars, trying to think who was on the mediums. Doing a smart strategy there, probably trying to pull off the one stop.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. But Forever Shack's about to set his time now. Like you said on those meet. Oh, no.
Oh.
No. He's pulled out of that one there. That was a bit... maybe there's a bit of strategy going on here, mate. I'm not too sure what's going on out there, guys. But it seems to be a bit of cat and mouse between the lads, and it's great to see. But Red Bull Moose coming around this last corner. He is on the soft compound tyre. He sets a time of a 1 minute 23.9. Good enough for P9. As we have another... Oh, he's entering the pit lane. So that is unfortunate. We'll pick up that race. Alpha Tauri. Alpha Tauri is on an outlap there. I do believe he's furthest one along, but he's yet to set a time here, mate, is Exqueem. Maybe these guys coming out on these soft compounds here, BB. We do know, we are here in Melbourne, we do know that maybe starting on the medium it's not a bad idea if you can get through the Q2 session. Maybe these boys are out on brand new, well, the Exquisite is out on a brand new set of softs. As you can see, 0 laps next to that name. They are not a scrub set, they are not an old set. So, he is currently burning up a set of softs on this Q2 session, which is absolutely interesting to find out that only Rip the Beans and Forever Shack, the two Mercedes drivers, are thinking outside the box compared to the rest of the field, it would seem, BB.
Seems to be. So we've got Sean Exqueems 24. I remember I have heard him bragging a few, saying I drive the cockpit, so I should be pretty fast. We'll see if he can back up his point.
Love it, mate, love it. Let's just have a look at this sector time now.
Goes purple sector 2.
He's putting his money where his mouth is. He has gone purple sector 2, guys. He's opened that DRS. His amazing approach to this. Hard on the brakes here, take as much curve as you want on the inside, making sure you stay off that curve on the outside there, maximising that corner speed. Hard on the brakes here again. The second last corner, one of the trickiest corners to get the power down at this track. But if you get it right, it absolutely complements your lap. But here he goes, Exqueem crosses the line now. He sets a 1 minute 20.7. Currently puts in P2. That is a fantastic lap as Brock has he's currently starting a lap. And if I'm not mistaken, is he the only one on a timed lap out there, BB?
No, we've also got Noodle Marble, but he does have a 5-place grid penalty, so...
He certainly does, but if he can get into that Q3 session, mate, who knows? He puts it high up the grid and he still stays in that, say P4, gets a 5-place grid penalty, P10, and you never know, he can damage limitations, let's say. This session ain't over for Noodle, and it's great to see him having a crack. So let's see what time he can do. He's coaching the... What did he do? Went through that sector 2, and I missed the times there, guys. But
he got purple.
To see what... He went purple, so...
Yep, purple sector 2.
Interesting to see. Interesting to see what time this lad can do. Oh, albeit all these guys are new to us to see what they can do, and we're going to build up that experience for you guys out there at home as this season rolls on. But Noodle crosses the line now. He's
Brock Bamford.
123.6. What happened to Brock?
Brock Bamford's lost it in turn 12.
Oh, that is so unfortunate for Brock, and there's no one near him on track. Is that session over? That is session over, guys, for Brock. I do apologise. I didn't mean to scare anybody out there that was on track. That session over for Brock. Unfortunately, his Binder didn't get to set a time in a Q2 session, and he would be absolutely shattered. But the race is long, my friend, and we do look forward to seeing you carve your way through that field as this race cracks on.
It's looking like Red Bull Moose in the Red Bull seems to be the second one, or seems to be the furthest along the track to be able to go for a time lap.
He does, mate. He certainly does. Noodle, well, he's come second slower than his previous best. His red light, his fuel light is absolutely screaming. So whether he's, well, his ERS is really low, and I dare say he's not going to continue on with this time. I'm not too sure. He was half a second down. So sitting P10, let's not forget, only 10 survived this session here, BB. He is right on the cusp, mate. Albeit on that soft compound tyre, and he's currently, there's a group of lads, there's an absolute group of lads out there that have, what, half a second to a second between them, between that cut-off zone, excuse me, where you've got P8, P9, P10, P11, all in that second zone of each other. Two on different top compounds compared to the softs. Obviously the more durable, but yes, extremely compounds. So Red Bull moves his chancing his arm on a set of mediums here.
Seems to be. As I was going to say, as we looked like we were going to have a Williams, that's the chef, but I thought he was going to come out in the pit lane and maybe interfere with Red Bull Moose's lap, but he completely doesn't. Oh, Red Bull Moose invalidating.
Yeah, he invalidated. That's unfortunate by Red Bull Moose.
I think that's the end of his quality because he won't be able to come back out in enough time.
Unless he has enough fuel to go again, my friend. Let's just keep an eye on that. Oh, and he's busted a wall and he's lost his right wing end plate. He's going to have to pit again. That is unfortunate. I'm not too sure if if he didn't do that, he would have had plenty of time to go again. But yeah, he has to go in for a nose change and a tyre change and put some more fuel in that Red Bull there and hopefully have enough time to make it to the start finish line. But it's going to be a tough ask there, BB.
It is, as we're going to have, that's the chef, we're going to be riding on board with him now as he's waiting for as long as he can. Let's see what he does now, as he's going to be about to be setting a time lap. Entering turn 1 now, looking good, very, very fast in the straights. Goes a little bit wide, entering turn 1, he does manage to fix it though, coming on to turn 2, about to be heading to turn 3. Turns off his DRS, misses the apex, but goes in second gear, puts it up in third, comes back down from fourth into third again, heading into turn 5, turn 6.
And we do notice, oh, there you go, he's got purple sector 1,
Purple sector 1.
Fantastic from that. That's tough, Chef, so great to see. He's left it, waited to the track, rub it in a little bit. This is a fantastic lap. He does kiss the apex, stays away, stays away from that AstroTurf. He's approaching the end of sector 2 here. Let's watch that sector time, let's see what he does. He's done a 50.3. The screen didn't flash up purple, so he has not gone quickest, but he's absolutely on a lap. DRS open, rear wing, let's go. Flat out, hard on the brakes. Absolutely maximises that corner speed. This is one of my favourite parts of the track, this section. It is so much time you can gain. It is, I said it before and I'll say it again, it absolutely makes or breaks your lap time. That and the high speed left-right flick. But this looks like a great lap there from that top chef. He crosses the line, he sets a 1 minute 24.1. Not good enough to pull him out of that drop zone. Sits him P12.
So you're going to have Crump come across the line, a 1:24.0, I beg your pardon. as that will be the end of his quali as well. Although we've got Don Under Fire coming into turn 12 as he went purple sector 2, so could we see Don Under Fire get into pole position?
Well, have a look at that. He's currently 3.5 tenths better than his previous best there, BB, and he's absolutely on fire. He's Don, so he's not under fire. He's on fire. He's on a cracking lap. This looks like an absolute beast of a lap. Let's see what he can do. He's coming around that last corner now. DRS open. Let's go. Approaches that line. Crosses the line right about now. He sets a 1 minute 21.6. Puts in P3. 3 tenths better. He must have lost a hell of a lot of time out of that last tricky section of that lap there, mate. As Noodle is on a lap as well. He's half a second better than his previous best. He crosses the line just about now. This is a great lap from him. A 1 minute 22. P6, fantastic Noodle.
We're gonna have Red Bull Moose come across the line, who he said was coming out and out and he wouldn't be able to make it across. He's came across the line. Let's see what Red Bull Moose can do. Just making it just in time.
He does. Let's just he's got to set a lap, but let's have a look. Well, he did make it in time, and that is amazing. Tracking effort from Red Bull Moose, and great spot there by BB. Awesome stuff, mate.
Thank you. Coming into turn 5, turn 6, I believe that is. Looking good. Doesn't go purple sector 1.
No, he doesn't, but he's a tenth better than his previous best, mate. He is in P12. He is in the danger zone, folks. Only the top 10 will go through to that beautiful Q3 session. And he is right in the mix to be eliminated. Yes, we did see his teammates unfortunately eliminated in that Q1 session.
Purple sector 2, purple sector 2.
Purple. Fantastic by Red Bull, 2 tenths, but he needs to improve by a good 9 tenths on this lap. He wants a mighty last sector in this part of the track, mate.
He does. He's gonna put it. He stays in 6th, that's a bit interesting. I normally put it down in 4th, but we'll see what he does. Coming across. Oh no, he's lost it! No! Red Bull Moose!
Oh, that is so unfortunate. It looked like a great lap too, and that is his qualifying session absolutely done. As we quickly flick to, who is that?
It's Crump.
Oh!
Crump, oh, that's the chef.
Validated, and he will be eliminated.
Then it's Crump.
But it is Crump. Crump is the last guy on track, 2 set of time. Let's see what he can do. He wants to do a better than a 1 minute 23 dead. He's 19, 20, he's approaching the start-finish line. He crosses the line. No, he's not going to do it at the 123.6. Unfortunately, he is out. That is, he's done. Fantastic session, lads. Great laps. But we do have, that's Tough Chef out. Crump out. Red Bull Moose out. Steamed out, and Brock Bamford out of this session.
It does.
Wow.
Sad to see Crump get knocked out there. Seemed like a good driver, although there's a whole entire race ahead.
So there you go, guys. Urban Scyther in that Q2 session says, you know what, lads, you might have your Q1, P1. Q2, I'm taking top of the tree, and does it by a 10th over Exqueem, who might be squeamish that Urban's ahead of him. But come on, Ferrari, let's go, Urban. Not
Urban doing better than the IRL real life Ferrari.
Yeah, well, it's not that hard these days, is it, my friend?
It's not.
And that hurts me so much to say, unfortunately. I am a huge Ferrari fan, but yes, that is... Sorry, mate, go ahead.
All good. We're going to have a massive eye out on Forever, Shaq, Nick, and Rip the Beans as they've been qualifying on the medium, so definitely keep an eye out for them on there during the race.
Most definitely, mate. The strategic option of the medium. That is fantastic to see, and that goes to show maybe they've got some racecraft up their sleeve there, mate. But let's go talk about some of the guys here. We've got here Exqueem. We're going to give you some history on some of these lads. Last season, Exqueem won 3 races in the Tier 2, albeit a different league. But he won at Silverstone, Hungary, and Monza, where his tracks where he won. And it was fantastic that he had well, I did race against him against Silverstone there, and I was a bit greedy and I binned my race. But yeah, he won, and he had some phenomenal speed in those conditions that day. I do remember that. And he's definitely one to look out for. But Ramin has being the first one to blink out of the pit lane. He seems to be a bit of a pit lane guru, this lad. And is that Urban?
Yes, that's Urban again going by him.
These two lads are following each other nose to tail, absolutely everywhere they go. Interesting, mate.
As I reckon we could be seeing a Ferrari Q1 as Urban for his last race in Q2, as it might be a farewell for him, but can he put up a good performance and on a high note?
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope he does us proud. I'm sure he will. He's a great guy. This is an outlap. It's Q3 session. Look at that. They are following each other, these guys. Interesting to see what these boys can do. Excuse me.
It's looking like it's going to be Urban. It's going to be the first one coming out.
It is, mate. Just also out there, guys, we have the rookie drivers out there. I'm going to mention the rookie drivers out there. This is Tier 2, and we give everybody a plug out there. And sorry if I'm a bit late on the ball. This is a Q3 session, but I'm going to let you guys know a bit of history about the boys. The rookie drivers are that's I'm Racer 666. It's not me, it's you. Red Bull Moose, Ramen, Gone Under Fire, and I can't remember the other. Oh, sorry. Should have read that bit out. But yeah, the other Alpha Tauri driver, and I do apologise. I would normally know everybody's name off by heart, but this is round one. Bit of a late call up from me. Put my hand up to help these boys out on a Wednesday night, as Urban is on an absolute lap. You're going to see, like I said before, this is going to be a bit of a repeat. Purple, 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 obviously first lad out on track. He's approaching a, what is that, a racing point. Is currently on an outlap, albeit a little bit ahead of him. But let's just hope, if it does come to it, they all get out of each other's way. This is a very, well, they all are very important sessions, but we do pride each other on getting out of each other's way when people are on hot laps, as everyone should out there at racing. As Urban is one of the very few who is nailing that section of that track, mate. That is phenomenal by him.
Yep, I remember I've been talking to him in the past few weeks. He's been encouraging me to practice definitely a lot, but he has been insane on practice. Has been practicing with one of the quickest people we know, Mr. Mount.
Yeah.
So let's
Urban is about to set a time. He sets a 1 minute 20.4. Fantastic lap there by Urban. As Ramin puts it in the pit lane, which is extremely strange. Maybe there's a bit of an error. As Big Fetch does the same, but Extreme is on an outlap. There is a Mercedes behind him, a Grip the Beans, who's about to cross the line now. He sets a 121.9, and I missed that time by Down Under Fire, but he's at 129 as well. And Nigamu is about to set a time now. Wow, thick and fast here, guys, of a 1 minute 24.0.
Indeed does, as it seems that the next car to come across the line will be James Ralph in the Haas.
Oh, and he did take that corner. He's going to go a little bit wide there, mate, and lose the back end, but he held that absolutely beautifully. He's in this, like I said it before, I love this car. It is absolutely gorgeous to drive, and when I go to this Melbourne Grand Prix, as I am a Melburnian, I am right about there on that stand. So as he comes around this track, James Ralph, oh, he's run extremely wide. This is going to cost him a little bit. He crosses the line now. He does a 1 minute 22.0.
As we're going to have Noodle.
Sorry, mate. Noodle does a 123.5, as we have also Urban. Is he on another lap? No, he's not. He puts it in the pit lane, but Extreme is on a lap. He is currently approaching that pit lane around this last corner. That fuel light is screaming. It is running on fumes. He wants to set pole position. He crosses the line right now. He sets a 1 minute 20.9, 5 tenths off Urban Cyber.
I reckon this is going to be a battle to look out for. If Urban was staying in Q2, I reckon it would be Extreme versus Urban for the whole entire season, but I reckon it's not going to be that way.
Well, I mean, a lot can play out. I'm putting my hand up for Urban. Well, Urban is not going to be that way, because Urban is going to be a Tier 1 driver. This is his last race here. As I said before, mate, this is his last two. And rightly so, as you can see the times he is doing, he will be in Tier 1. And he will be double. Because tomorrow night, 7 PM, as we're watching, excuse me, Noodle come around this last corner, setting another lap at the tops.
I think I've just witnessed a very cheeky moment there, as we're going to have Forever Shaq go set his time lap, but if you can just see behind him, we've got a Williams of Big Fletch. Maybe Big Fletch is trying to position his car and to get some slipstream off Forever Shaq to maybe go a little bit faster and put him in a nicer position in the race, as we've just got a racing point just pulling off to the side there.
Fantastic there. That would have been Ramin. So getting out of the way, and that's exactly what we like to see. Thank you very much, Ramin, for obeying the rules and all that sort of stuff. All the great. So yeah, awesome stuff, lads.
Forever Shaq getting a purple sector 1. Big Fletch doesn't seem to be going much faster. I think we should be keeping an eye on Forever Shaq.
We are at Forever Shaq right now, mate. I do apologise for that.
All good, coming into turn 12. He goes purple sector 2, so Forever Shaq looks like he's going to be absolutely flying out there.
And he was a little bit tentative on that accelerator pedal. That is so tricky. You get that slightly wrong, that section there, and you are spinning. And all the boys, everyone's a bit tentative, and rightly so too. What a great lap here, Forever Shaq.
As I've said, there's the victims at turn 12. That seems to be just today. Just be Brock Bamford at the moment, but there'll be way more to come, as we're going to have Forever Shaq come across the line and do a 120.5, 1/10 off Urban.
There it is. There it absolutely is. Forever Shaq flexing his muscles a little bit and saying, you know what? Talking about boys who are favourites, I'm putting my hand up. He puts a 120.51 as we are on board with Ramin. Ramin's about to set his first time here, 3 section at Australia, and he crosses the line with a 1:23. Who puts in P8 as his teammate Noodle is, what's he doing? He'll be putting that in the pit lane, and we do have Nikamu currently in an outlap, prepping his car for a flyer. So there are a couple of lads in front of him, things I do believe, on an outlap. But Nikamu will be the first one to set a time.
That's right, entering turn 1.
I'm going to get this right. I do apologise, mate. It's Nikamu. If I don't get it right the first one, they'll never be right the rest of them. So I apologise, Nick Magoo. I will get that right.
Now I'm fearful for when I'm racing you try and pronounce my name. Oh, is that BP going slowly? No.
I'll be competing against you, mate. as we're watching Nick Magoo. Yes, he wants to do better than, well, he's currently done a 1:24 flat. Current pole sitter, provisional pole, potential pole, if you call it, is a 1:20.4 by Urban, as we discussed before. Let's just see what Nick Magoo can do here.
Nick's gone purple sector 2.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So he's absolutely on a lap here. I have lost all those colours, those beautiful colours that come up on that track map, BB.
Oh,
Once again, I don't have any idea of what's happening. We thank Cody's very much. But as Nick Magoo crosses that line right now, he does, way, there you go. And here's another one that's putting his hand up to... Don't forget about me in the papaya McLaren as Nick Magoo sets a 1:20.9. P3.
We've got the other McLaren, Don Under Fire, doing a purple sector 2 as well. So it really seems to be these late runners getting those late purples. Yeah. Must be that track drying up, getting those softs nice and quick, going 10 times faster.
Definitely rubbering in for sure.
There we go. We're going to have Don Under Fire come across main back straight. He's going to be preparing for this time. He puts that pedal on the metal as Don Under Fire will do a 1:21.4, putting him in 5th place.
And is that Rip the Beans next? It certainly is, but unfortunately, mate, He is invalidated. Exqueen is behind him, currently on an outlap. Urban is on an outlap. He does have Noodle right behind him on an outlap. And so we're in a bit of a lull here at Q3. There is 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining, guys. These boys are virtually nearly all out on track. They are trying to time their runs. 1 minute and counting down. And there are guys currently prepping their cars for their large flying laps.
Gonna have Urban. Will he be able to maintain his pole? Or could we have Forever Shaq, who seems to be on purple, who seems to be in Sector 3 now? Will he be able to time his lap and also get out there? But as we're on board with Urban entering turn 4, does that quite nicely, puts it in 3rd, then shifts very, very quickly back up to 4th, putting it in 6th, 7th, going very, very quickly. Doesn't have a purple Sector 1, so... Oh no, it's Urban's invalidated! Oh dear!
That is unfortunate from Urban.
He's basically handed Forever Shack saying, here you go mate, have my pole position.
He has not!
Oh!
He has not! Forever Shack is just invalidated! Oh no, that is unfortunate. Turn 1, the troublesome turn 1 that tends to claim a lot of guys on the invalidation.
I think we've
claimed Forever Shack.
I think we've had a little rat go under us as we've had Nick Magoo come out of nowhere. He hasn't invalidated, he's on a time lap, he goes purple sector 2. Could Nick Magoo come out of absolutely nowhere and say, no, you know what, I'm gonna ruin Urban's farewell, I'm gonna go get pole. As we're gonna see him come across the last few turns now. Car number 78 in the McLaren, looking very, very quickly.
Oh.
Gets a little bit loose there on the last turn, but it's Nick Magoo. He'll go, let's go quicker. Nick Magoo will come across the line just to stay in P4. A 120.9.
Unfortunately did not improve, my friend. And I dare say, out of the guys, Big Fletcher's out there, but of course he's invalidated, mate. And Forever Shack, we did see before he would be kicking himself for invalidating that turn 1, but that was a fascinating Q3 session. This race is a tricky race out there. It is very tricky. Concentration, they do classify it as an easy track, but if you don't have your wits about you, BB, you can definitely put it in the wall there, mate.
You definitely can, as it's looking like we're just ending quali now. As we're just waiting on a few drivers, but the bigger moment, the big talking point, Urban on pole. Is this the Michael Schumacher in disguise? The only Ferrari up the top there. I believe we've got our Michael Schumacher.
Brilliant. Well, albeit a temporary one, mate.
Yes.
As we discussed before, Urban unfortunately will no longer be representing my team, Team Ferrari, in the ORL after this Grand Prix. He officially has become a tier 1 driver. But there you go, and his time of a 1 minute 20.481. Wow, have a look at that, BB. Only 6,500 hundredths better than Exqueen, and he thought he had him too. He took too much that turn 1 and invalidated us. Forever Shack, I do apologise. That was the same, I do believe. And Nick Magoo, out of nowhere, with a 1 minute 20.9. These guys are all putting their hand up for this championship, mate.
They really are.
Fire. Put his hand up as well in P5. Great lap from him. Big Fletch with a 121.4. Rip the Beans. James, Ralph, Noodle Marble, and Ramin make out this top 10. And we have a cracking race here at Australia. Albert Park, Melbourne, coming your way very shortly, mate.
It does as well. I really think Urban is Michael Schumacher because, well, he is going to Mercedes. So it's like, you know, he's leaving Ferrari. Controversial? Coincidence? Maybe not.
We did discuss before we did go on air, mate, what I did, the conversation that me and Urban did have. I'm not, because he was in my team and I wasn't too happy that he decided to leave our team. And I hope you're listening, Urban. You're a good mate. I'm only joking, mate. I hope you're having a good race. You're doing phenomenally well.
Yeah, as we're going to be waiting on our drivers now as it looks nice and sunny here in Melbourne, Australia.
It does, mate. It really, really does. And it goes to show you that Q1 session with some of the guys running out there on mediums, what were they thinking? Interesting, mate. Interesting.
Who knows? Who knows? Oh, and that's the
So-
chef has lagged out, but as we've got all our drivers lining up there, as we've got to get ready for the formation lap now, as I've just missed a pit strategy there. Let's go run through our grid as Urban on pole, Exclaimy in second, Forever Shack third, Nick fourth, Don Under Fire fifth, Big Fletch in the Williamson sixth, Rip the Beans in seventh, James in 8th, Ramen in 9th, that's the chef lagging out there, hopefully you'll be able to get him back in 10th, Crump in 11th, Red Bull Moose in 12th, Streamed in 13th, Noodle in 14th, Brock Bamford in 15th, Rolling Thunder in 16th, I'm gonna pronounce that Alpha Tauri's name wrong, so him in 17th. Magnificent, thank you, in 17th, It's Not Me, It's You in 18th, The Sim Racer in 19th, and Mixed with 7 to round off the grid in last.
Wow, I said that's Mr. Racer or something before, I apologise. That's Sim Racer, as Mike Swift is having a mare of a time out there. Very, very tail happy there, albeit on a formation lap, mate. This is a formation lap.
Oh, and he spun it.
And we'll go back way up to the top of the field as Mike tries to regain control of his Alpha Tauri there. Alfa Romeo. As Urban brings this field slowly to the grid positions. Don't be alarmed, guys. The guys that you see come up the screen that says DSQ was just a bit of an incident. A formation lap, they will be reset to the grid, as you can look at that track map and see they're all waiting there for these lads to come back around.
Yes, they are.
And there is the pit stop strategy. So a 2-stop is a soft and a hard. 1-stop is a soft and a hard. A 2-stop is a soft medium, is what the game is telling these lads to do, which is very interesting there indeed, BB.
It is.
Interesting strategies there by the game.
Probably I'll be expecting a few of these boys to probably do a early pit stop to go from the soft to the hards, be able to drag out those hards for as long as they possibly can. But oh boy,
banking on a safety car. But I mean, we're looking forward to this. This is the moment we have been waiting for. This is Oceania Racing League, Tier 2, Round 1, Australia, Albert Park. And these boys are about to finally load up properly. And we get this one underway, BB. So we've got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Wait for the revs, we'll wait for the revs. As Codemasters is a beautiful thing, but we will wait for the revs. As there they go, and they are...
Well, let's go. There we go. We're lights out and away we go here. Urban getting a brilliant start. Sean a little bit late there. The whole entire field seems to be late, so there seems to be a bit of penalties. I think we've had a few jump starts here.
We've had a few jump starts. We certainly have. Oh no, that is detrimental for the villains. But so far so good. They've all come through nice and clean through that 10-1.
We've had a racing point. Racing Point and Noodle go a bit, must have had some wing damage or he spun a little bit. Sorry for cutting you off there.
No,
but
right, mate, no problem.
It's Urban running away with it. We've Ripped the Beans in second, Sean in third.
We have a spinning Mike Swift, and there is carnage. That is safety car. Safety car. We have a safety car. Mike has, oh, sorry, I do apologise. That was not Mike. That was Brock Bamford. Brock Bamford absolutely lost the back end and almost took out half the field there. A lot of these boys are going to have some damage. Absolute damage.
Oh, we were discussing earlier.
Yes.
We were saying, I was saying to you, Brock, take care of my car, but no. He's...
Unfortunately not, mate. Unfortunately not. As we do see that full course yellow with that yellow dot there just after turn 1, turn 2. Is the safety car waiting to pick these lads up. I am going to, for your benefit out there, going to quickly flick to the penalties. Look at that, mate. Urban, Rip the Beans, Exclaim, and Big Fletch all have drive-throughs and cannot be served under safety car conditions. That is so unfortunate.
We're having Exclaim though come in. Maybe he doesn't realise that you can't do it underneath the safety car.
He can do a pit stop but he cannot serve his drive-through.
He
so
must.
he will be. He must not know that he has put the hard compound on, but he will need to redo that. As it's gone away from his sting, I do believe, has it? Away for him to come out of the pit lane.
Think
it
so.
should still be there.
Maybe it was just a 5-second penalty.
Maybe. I'll quickly flick to the penalties again, guys. That is
oh no, there's a penalty.
No,
it's back.
He's still got it. He's still got it. He still needs to serve that penalty, and you cannot, guys, serve a drive-through under the safety car. That is Formula One rules. As Maleficent has lagged out, I do believe. It says he has left the session. So if one of the admins out there can get him in, that would be fantastic. I'm not too sure what the issue is. We are not privy to that information, but as Urban has the drive-through as with Rip the Beans and Extreme, they will be spewing. But yes, the safety car came out lap 2, this lap of 29. It will be out for 3 laps. Excuse me, 3 laps, guys. Keep it nice and clean behind the safety car. Give yourself some distance. There's plenty of time. We all understand we like to jump each other at the start of a restart, but there is plenty of time. You're going to go around another 2 more times yet. So just enjoy this nice, relaxing part of the Grand Prix. But dare say, when that safety car goes in, restart is on.
Definitely is. Is now looking at it as it'll be Urban and Rip the Beans going in for their drive-through, as it'll be Nick, the person who we didn't predict to come out. Well, he came out of nowhere. He'll be leading this Grand Prix.
Certainly will, mate. He will be effectively the leader. And look what tyre compound that lad is on. He's on the medium, sitting absolutely pretty. But he does have James Ralph behind him, mate. And I do know from plenty of race experience that, especially those softer compounds, being the prime rubber. If you're on any harder compound tyre, if you do not put the work into those tyres during the safety car, you will be jumped at the restart. So that is very, very important as these boys are prepping their cars for the restart. There's still plenty of time, guys. You're going to go around again yet. I do believe the safety car always...
We've had a 5-second penalty somewhere. I think... Yeah, we've had a 5-second penalty.
Okay, we'll go to Rolling Thunder. He is behind Maleficent. And Maleficent has had a penalty for a collision under safety car conditions, I do believe that was. But now, considering the field is all bunched up, mate, I think we might get a go soon. It's usually 3 laps. But, yeah, I think we might get a go. The field has definitely bunched up. There is no need for the safety car to be out there. So this will be the lap. So Urban will effectively become the safety car.
Well, as we can see, we're having a few of the drivers getting 5-second penalties. I'd say they've just been running up each other's, what would you say? Each other's back ends.
That's probably the polite way to put it, my friend.
Yes, so we don't want the stream getting put down saying, yeah, no, we're not putting this up.
Exactly, mate, exactly. So,
that's
what it's all about. That's exactly what it's all about. You've just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And I believe we've got in the green light. I believe that safety car is coming in. Urban seems to be backing away from the safety car.
It is. Obviously, we cannot go green until that that safety car is in and well and truly off the track. Urban has gone a little bit early there, but no, he's trying to jump them. See if he catch Rip the Beans sleeping, and Urban's bolted. He's absolutely bolted. Rip the Beans is not asleep though. He's right on the back of Urban. This is a cracking restart from the lad. Urban, he's gone a little bit deep into turn 2 there, but he's managed to keep the lead, albeit with a drive-through penalty. Let's not forget, Rip the Beans has a drive-through penalty, and Nick Magoo sitting nice and pretty as James Ralph is having a look on the inside there of turn 3, but Nick Magoo holding his line. Fantastic stuff, Nick, as he keeps James Ralph behind in the Haas. Looking real racy there, BB.
He is. It's James Ralph and Nick. They got to go side by side. James Ralph getting it done on the outside. Magnificent move on those soft tyres.
Great move there by James Ralph, but that's not done yet. Nick Magoo has got Forever Shaq for company, and he's also got his teammate Don under fire. Wow, have a look at this train. This is for P3, 4, 5, 6, 8, well, 7. He's trying to catch up. That is a rolling thunder, but he's not quite there yet. But we're looking at 3, 4, 5, and 6 here, mate.
We are. So we had a Red Bull there, out the back there, have a bit of damage. But we're not too fast on that. We're looking at this great battle here.
We certainly are. Forever Shaq in some dirty air there. He had a bit of a tiny lock-up, if I'm not mistaken. We did catch it from a distance.
Goes a bit deep.
Extremely deep. Very, very lucky to avoid that papaya McLaren. And that would have only damaged his front wing. As we do see Rip the Beans serving his pit lane drive-through penalty.
A virtual safety car. Virtual safety car.
We have a VSC, guys. I did say something about a collision, Red Bull Moose and...
Magnificent.
Yeah, something has happened there, mate.
Has no front wing. Must have caused...
Let's to see where Magnificent is.
I wonder, can Irvin finally serve his penalty underneath a virtual? I don't think so, though.
No, he cannot.
No. Irvin might be heading towards... Irvin might be heading towards a penalty because he's had to serve it under 3 laps and he hasn't served his drive-through yet.
And there you go. How come Maleficent is wing? He's carried on again. He didn't put it in the pit lane. He's gone extremely wide, and he's retired. Oh, and he's wrecked it. That'll be a full safety car. That should be a full safety car. He is on the exit, guys. He is on the exit. You can see him there. Of turn 2.
We've gone green. Sorry for cutting you off.
Wow, we've gone green and that car is there across the track like that. That is absolutely crazy. But we are on board with James Ralph. James Ralph currently hunting down Irvin, who, let's not forget there, BB, still has to serve his drive-through, as we have a Mercedes. Mercedes is sector 2 there. He's off track, I do believe. There was a yellow flag. Too sure what happened there, mate.
Not too sure. James Ralph's on those softs, trying to get closer to Irvin, but Irvin is most likely 1.8 seconds up the road there. Irvin, I wonder what Irvin is doing, because he has to do this drive-through.
He does. If he does not serve it within 3 laps of going green, he will be disqualified. He needs to serve that pit lane penalty. That drive-through penalty that he picked up for jumping the start, as Forever Shaq has already served his drive-through penalty, and he is in P4. Got it done nice and early, and the benefit of that VSC has just helped him out big time, mate.
It really is, as Forever Shaq is right on the back end of Nick. Could we see some overtaking here? He has 78%, a bit of overtaking. Goes a little bit wide, yellow flag in sector 1. Who's this?
Not too sure, mate, but Forever Shaq has made an error. He has dropped way back off the Nick Magoo. Nick Magoo has absolutely nailed that section of the track, and he is hunting down James.
He is. As we're gonna have Don on the fire, around 6/10 off those front 3 leading away there. As finally, we're gonna see Urban most likely come in and do his drive through. That means that James will be leading this Australian Grand Prix, but Nick will be right behind him. He is chasing him down with around 70% of ERS, with Nick with just around 50%. So we most likely will be seeing an overtake.
Whoa.
Goes a bit wide there.
Got a bit greedy. He did go a bit wide. He got a bit greedy there into turn 1, turn 2, mate. Took a bit more than he can chew. You want to be careful. He's going to get some time penalties, and that's not what we want. That's not what we want. These guys so far have kept it nice and clean, except for 3 of them there. They have a couple of time penalties for track limits, but that is okay. That is fantastic racing. Awesome stuff, guys.
He does. James leading away this Grand Prix. Nick not too far behind, but Forever Shaq, he's that big George in the field. He is just waiting to hunt people down, grab them one by one.
As we might quickly flick to Crump. Crump is on the back of Steam, and look how racy Crump is looking in the Renault. He's hunting down the Haas, and I've been watching these telemetries, mate. Maybe, just maybe, these softs are starting to see the last of their legs. These medium players are starting to come into it. Look at Nick Magoo. He's starting to reel in a little bit of James Ralph. James Ralph is a little bit further ahead, That gap is stabilising, and if not, as I speak, it is coming down as we speak. And Crump is looking extremely racy. Takes that third, nails that section of the track. DRS open. Let's see what Crump can do as we've got Steam Nags. Steam Nags, who has got an X next to his name, meaning he is lagged out. So I'm not too sure what's happened there, but he is running out he's running out there with no connection. Excuse me, so I do hope.
There is a blue flag on the Red Bull there. As Nick was maybe going to send it there, but because that blue flag didn't. But James went really, really deep. Could Nick get such a good exit and be able to go for the overtaker? So have a yellow flag in turn 3.
Sector 2.
Sector 2. Sorry, Mike Swift once again. Spitting out of a bit out of control. I reckon we might have a few words from the head steward saying a bit stuff about Mike Swift. Doesn't seem to be the most quickest driver.
Well, it's not so much about being quick, mate. It's more the controls. You know, we don't like to highlight errors, and it is not our job to do so. We do encourage everyone out there who is interested in racing to absolutely give it a go. We do not discriminate or anywhere in any leagues that I've ever been a part of. Well, that's for a fact. Everyone's more than welcome. But yeah, when it comes to cleanliness, obviously, major requirement when it comes to racing with other competitors, and also just the handling of the cars. They're very talky.
Forever Shack lost it a little.
He did a little bit. The dude is all over the back of James Ruff. He's the battle one. Nick Magoo taking a little bit too much curve there, as maybe got a warning, not so much a time penalty.
He goes to the move, late on the brakes. Look, stop there.
Look, I think these softeners are starting to feel the pressures of the tyre wear, mate. These medium guys, have a look at the medium, the softs. The softs are slowly dripping down the order, and the mediums are slowly starting to come up. They will be more grippier at this part of the Grand Prix because the softs are nearly dead. The cliff on these tyre compounds is probably around about lap 12 there, BB. And let's hope they do not drop off, because it is so much they do.
They are coming on to turn 12. James seems to be a little bit slow, but Nick goes... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I thought Big Flex was about to just made a move, and he got past Steam Nugs. Big Flex, that is a great move there, mate.
It seems to be. As once again, we're going to jump back with these leading drivers, James and Nick, and with Forever Shack not too far behind. It seems as Nick will be able to get a DRS. He's went a little bit wide there. Forever Shack's trying to follow his slipstream. Nick absolutely chasing James down. Will Nick go for it? He's not going to go for it. He'll lock up again, going a little bit wide. But it's going to be Forever Shack. He's going to come on the inside. Forever Shack might be able to go for this dive bomb here. McLaren versus Mercedes, as Forever Shack gets it done.
Deep, has he? But no, he's got the position done. And great move there by Forever Shack. Well called.
As we seem to have Rolling Thunder. Rolling Thunder gone on the grass there, entering turn 1. As he seems to be entering the pits now. Maybe has a little bit of front wing damage.
Major wing damage there by my Ferrari team member there in the tier 2 for a nose change. As the two racing are battling each other on track, but the final point is P10 for 1 point. These two guys they are teammates. They do not cost each other time. If that is the case, they are just one time. They need to be working together, pulling each other along and trying to make up that deficit that Ramin has of 12 seconds to rip the beam.
They do, but they've both got low ERS, so I say we're gonna have some slow racing between these two. But definitely a battle to keep an eye out for.
We certainly are, mate. Let's not forget Urban Cider. Urban Cider has served his penalty, folks. He's on those 9-lap-old soft compound tyres. He is currently 7 seconds. Well, effectively, it's behind the race leader. He has his way back up to the most pointy end of this grid. What do you see?
Forever Shack now right on that end of James Ralph. That's my words finally come out of my mouth finally.
Welcome to the commentary box, my friend.
Finally, they came. It's Forever Shack. James getting a little bit caught up there, but it's Forever Shack. He is going to have some slipstream. He uses a little bit of ERS though. Forever Shack around 38%. This is going to be DRS as those James's softs are absolutely dead. There's the DRS. Is the overtake going to be used? It's not. Forever Shack's going to stay on the inside line. James is just going to come onto the inside of the curve and make sure that Forever Shack does not get it. But definitely keep an eye out for this main straight as they're going to come onto these last few turns now as they've got a yellow flag. It seems to be a Renault there messing up a bit. As never mind, we've got James Ralph going into the pits, which means that Forever Shack and Nick are off into the sunset.
Exact guy who put his hand up very late in that Q3 session to say, hey boys, don't forget about sitting P2 on those medium compound tyres. Hunting down Forever Shack. Forget, Forever Shack, Urban Cyber and Exquisite had all drive-through penalties. We're the top 3 guys out there. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, out there on the track that has all drive-throughs now. He's sitting P1 as you can see. Urban Cyber P4 and E7 trying to make his way back through that field. And it's becoming forever so those tyre life slowly ekes out of those medium compound tyre runners.
Nick's definitely.
The lap 11 of what? The tyre life of 6 laps on a medium. So if they can get to 10 laps to go, approximately, roughly lap 20 on a medium, if they're good on tyre life, even lap 9. To do a
safety car.
Oh,
the sim racer retires from the session.
Where is the sim racer? He is currently at that part of the track. We will pick up Don Under Fire. Don Under Fire is approaching, and there he is. There he is, sim racer, and that's so easy to do. I dare imagine he took too much curve, ladies and gentlemen. Got on the power, and it just throws you around. Absolutely throws you around. There is
as now, so we've got the two front runners in Forever Shack and Nick going on to the hards.
Wow, and tired. So they've seen an opportunity to get the troublesome. Get the mediums off, the hards on. I only feel like doing a one-stopper today. Forever Shack has served his drive-through. There goes the Red Bull of letting way Forever Shack. Forgot he was effectively the leader of this race. Overtook the safety car, but realised as he thought, oh wow, there's the yellow lights. Awesome stuff, mate. Well done. So, boys out there on track, we have a couple of laps underneath. Please, guys, I cannot stress enough. Give each other the space. There is a collision behind the safety car. That is something that is frowned upon everywhere. So please, give each other the space, the respect that you deserve. And wow, and who was that?
And it seems like I have a feeling that was Mike Swift.
And he will be disqualified for ignoring yellow flags. He is out of the session. You cannot do that, Mike. That is not allowed, and your race is done, my friend.
Bit controversial there. Bit controversial. So I swear. Oh, excuse me. Yes, now we're gonna have the whole entire pack bunching up. I can't even speak. Having the whole entire pack bunch up again. I don't know what's happening. But yeah.
Mate, it happens to the best of us. I get tongue-tied all the time, mate. It is the beauties of the commentary box, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of those things that, as time goes on, words just roll out. But on some days where when it's not happening, oh well. I mean, I'm not going to highlight it, but I've been there. We've all been there. For all you commentators out there in gaming world, you all understand exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't, I don't believe you.
Yeah, no way, no way.
So you are not alone, BB. Just let's kick back, enjoy it. We have got at least another lap, I dare say, behind this safety car. Let's just relax. Let's just mellow out a little bit and just sort of what's happened throughout this Grand Prix. Because it has been a little bit hectic at the start. We did have, albeit that the safety car after lap 1 incident, lap 1 turn, no race has ever won. Lap 1, turn 1. It's just a matter of playing it safe. Some of the guys there got a bit greedy. I do believe it was Mike Sands who got on the power, spun, damaged a lot of the guys behind him. And then the race cracked on, and it's been an absolute race. There was a few guys there that have had drive-through penalties that have been served for an unfortunate jump start that we can only blame Codemasters for. That we do apologise for all of it who was in our races. That is not intentional, obviously out of our hands. But yeah, that all played out. The boys served all that. Excuse me. And it was getting to a really hot part of Grand Prix where, excuse me, the softs were starting to come to the end of their tyre life, and the medium runners were starting to come into it. But the safety car came out and absolutely neutralised this one, mate. But Grissom has taken a chance. He's out there on him and me. Him and Ramin are currently out there on old mediums under safety car conditions. So whether they were at the wrong part of the track when that safety car came out, I can't quite comment on that because I did not see that. But look, I mean, they're going to have it again, mate.
They are. And so I've just got both of the Red Bulls in the last few positions now. It's not me, it's not me, it's not you, it's Red Bull Moose. 01 just entering turn 12 now, very much behind the pack. Hopefully he'll be able to catch up with this safety car. As we've had a few drivers just drop down a position. Oh no, I thought there was a crash, but it just seems to be Rip the Beans just coming in for the soft, observing his 5-second penalty.
Yeah, and there is a couple of ones piling up here, mate. And I do believe they're for collision under the safety car. Boys, come on. Each other the space. There is no point. So there you go. Colliding Google Marvel. That is Trump. And gained 1 place. So he will be, according to the game, that's what the game said. Send your footage in, but this league does have stewards, boys and girls out there. We do hope the boys are recording this, as you should be recording every league race you participate on, whether you stream it yourself, whether you record on your PlayStation, or whatever platform it is, simply for the fact of the stewards. If you are involved in an incident, there is proof, there is what have you, there is footage. And you can defend or, you can defend your case, whatever the scenario may be. So, this league has got the stewards. The safety car is in this lap. We urge all you boys to use them, but to use the facilities as the admins and owners of this league have provided. So, this is round 1. We're trying to let everything here in this second tier. What the go is, sure, a lot of them are new to league racing, so we are currently looking at Forever Shack on those hard tyres. Those hard tyres, he's got Nikamu behind him, which has kind of saved him a little bit because he's on the hard tyres as well. They are both not going. He's not going to jump him unless he gets an absolute blinding of a restart. So I'll quickly flick to Nikamu just in case he's watching this stream. I don't like to give any restart away, but I do believe Forever Shack has bolted. Yep, he's bolted, and he's caught Nikamu slightly sleeping, but not too much. But Nikamu's got James Ralph all for company, and James having a look on the inside. Nikamu's got a bit deep, and he's sucked James Ralph right in as well. And it's opened the door for Urban. Have a look at that. Urban's side by side, James Ralph, turn 3, and he's all Urban. Wow, that is phenomenal, like right there by James Ralph. Urban on the medium, James on the medium. These boys are hoping to stretch these mediums for another, what is that there, BB? 13 laps. So that would make it 13 plus 4. My maths is not good these days, but that is 17 laps. And I dare say they may make it. It might be a fair stretch, but it might go to the end. Interesting to play out that one.
Let's see how it goes, as I've just noticed the sky is starting to get a bit grey. Could there be rain near the end of this race? Wouldn't there be?
I tell you what, if Grand Prix racing is tricky enough, just add water, my friends. It is absolutely amazingly different. So, let's hope not. Let's hope this is a dry one for these lads out there. Because this is starting to heat up under this restart, mate. We are currently on lap 16 of 9. We are looking at Steam. Steam is got full in front of him and Don behind. Steam is tagged out. He is no longer a competitive person. As what's this? Rip the Beans is retired from the session. Rip the Beans is retired from the session.
Oh, he's lost it on the edge, just coming into the last turn now.
Oh no! So that's a Mercedes out. And that is a Mercedes of Rip the Beans out, and we're going to pick him up there. There he is.
It looks like in Q1 that it was going to be a Mercedes lockout, but clearly isn't.
Wow.
Clearly isn't.
No, so we are, albeit round one, guys, but this has thrown it wide open. We have got one. Look at that. The top 6 positions are all different constructors. We've got the Merc, the McLaren, the Haas, the Ferrari, the AlphaTauri, and the occupy the top 6 positions here, guys. This is championship points spread throughout this field, which is fantastic. And this competition is starting to liven right up. Round 1 here, across Australia.
It really is, as we've got Urban S and X-Queen going at it. Urban goes a little bit wide there for his last race, but with Sean X-Queen not too far behind him. Will he be able to use his overtake and ERS? It's just overtake. I don't think ERS... Oh no, DRS has been enabled this lap. Sorry, a big pardon from myself there. As, although it's...
One to note though, BB. Prism is on, what, 8 lap older tyres than Urban.
Yeah, that is true.
Sure they are not gonna do another 11 laps, mate. He needs to... I don't see those doing another 11 laps. And look, as I speak, he's slowly dropping off this track, mate. Urban is hunting down... And let's not forget, Urban had that, they all had that drive-through, but by hitting where that safety car came out...
Urban goes for it!
Oh, he's gone for it. It was a bit naughty there by Urban, a bit greedy. Let's put him right back into the clinches of Exquisite. Exquisite will be licking his lips saying, this is for me. You've just left the door open. He's got the tyre grip. No, he doesn't. He does not. And Urban absolutely sinks it.
Oh, Jay.
And that run, what a run is... Oh, and he tucks in behind James.
Oh, James is on the Parisian lead there. If James didn't get a penalty, I'd say he would have been able to win. He would have won this Grand Prix. But now it's looking like, because of that penalty, Urban is on the Parisian spot for winning this Grand Prix. As he goes by James, nice and quickly there. So it's looking like Urban is back in the shot of winning this Australian Grand Prix.
Correct, he is currently in the podium positions. I do go to the end. He might be struggling towards the end of the Grand Prix, but they should go to the end. For boys and girls at home, Forever Shack and Nick Magoo, P2, but they currently both have something in common. They share 3-second time penalties. Ralph has a 3-second time penalty. Noodle has 5 and Steam has a 5, albeit disconnected player. Red Bull Moose has 3. Wow, Crump will want to be careful. His time penalties are very, very careful, mate. You will get DQ'd if you get too many. It's not me, it's you, it's 3. And Ramin
It does. Oz. Nick went a little bit wide there. Might have been a little bit of lag, but we've got Nick behind Forever Shack with DRS. Does Urban have DRS? Well, at the moment he will, because he's around 1 second. So could Urban, from having a drive-through on pole, to be able to come back and win this Grand Prix? We've got Forever Shack, Nick and Urban all going at it for this race win. This looks like a competitive tier 2, ladies and gentlemen. As now it's going to be all these 3 front runners with DRS. But it's going to be Urban. But it's going to be Nick.
Nick Magoo. Well done. Great. 4 turn 1. Slipstream. DRS wide open. Fantastic move for the lead. Let's not forget, Urban Siren is a bit of a sticky beat there at Forever Shack as well. Forever Shack, he's on the, well, those times is guaranteed to the end. He may come into his own towards the end of the Grand Prix. It is absolutely crucial that Urban Cider gets by these 2 guys in order to have any chance of winning this one, mate. Because Urban's timeline towards this end will drop off as this Grand Prix goes on. And the guys in front of him, yes, they do have 3 seconds of time penalty, but it won't take much for them to eke out that 3 seconds ahead if Urban's tyres go off the cliff. So
he's gonna try and go for it, no?
No, he thought better of it. That is death. You do that there, you are dead. That is game over. That is in the wall. That is wheel off. That is a retirement if that is the case. Because you've got to play it smart here at Albert Park. Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is a street circuit. You need to use your DRS zones. You need to play it smart. You need to go later on the brakes. You need to pick up the throttle early and get that drive out of that corner. You guys are great races. You should maximise your spot on track for less damage and just get the job done nice and easy.
I don't know if you noticed, but I've just seen some rain drop on Nick's screen. I think there is rain coming.
You're joking.
I've seen some rain.
21, 29. And
Urban's going to go for it. There. Urban's going to go for it, fighting with Forever Shack, but as Urban will get it done. But rain is coming.
Fantastic move. Got to get the job done, and now he wants to catch Nick Magoo. Nick Magoo is enjoying a 7-10-second lead over Urban. Urban's had a phenomenal race, fighting his way back, but yes, you said, my co-commentator BB, spotted it a lap ago. We have rain. Rain is slowly falling here at Albert Park here in Melbourne. And, well, let's just hope it stays dry enough to the end of the Grand Prix, but I'm not too sure, mate.
Nah, the game speed goes quickly online racing, so I say within around 3 laps, so you'll be seeing everyone go onto those inters. This is a
there you go.
Big moment in the race. This has blown it wide open.
Don
it really has.
Is absolutely having a look at Steam Nags. Steam is albeit just bully it, mate. Don, bully it. Bully it. If you're listening, bully it. Get alongside it. It will scare its pants off, if I should say, is the right way to do it. Get it, bully it, mate. Don't be bullied by a disconnected car. You should be able to get alongside it. It will back out and you will take the place, mate. Just bully that thing out of your way. Come on, get out of the way. And I'm sure, not this corner, not that corner, but the corner for that hard braking right-hander. Send it and hold your line. That's all you've got to do, mate. We're going to watch this. Let's just see if, and he's got a great run. Let's see if he's going to send it. He's a little bit far back. He decides better of it. He tucks right in. That Steam Nags is absolutely hanging on to the back of Noodle. But yeah, hindering Don Under Fire's progress. He does not want damage. He does not want damage, and he wants to get to the end of this Grand Prix without damage, just so it's a lot easier. The tyres where he's got front wing damage makes it a hell of a lot harder. So,
Urban's back in the lead. Urban's back in the lead. He's taking the position.
Oh, and we have missed that. I do apologise, Urban. I totally missed that. But yes, you are right there, BB. I'm not too sure whether Forever Shack has made a bit of an error, because Urban is bolted. He's absolutely bolted. He's got more confidence on those medium compound tyres compared to the hard runners, albeit, well, they're only a lap older, but they're not going to last anywhere near as longer. This track is slowly beginning to get wet. So, the softer compound tyre runners are going to have better tyre grip. So let's just see what Urban can do. Maybe Forever Shack did make a bit of an error. Because, wow, we've seen Exquism. Exquism is the first man to blink. He has put the intermediates on. Wow. I wonder if it is crossover point. It'd be interesting to see when this happens. I don't think it is quite. There is zero spray coming off these tyres. They are going to cook, mate. They are absolutely... Whoa, it's close.
I remember Urban came to me once and asked me for rain advice, and from being a rain advisor, I can say their track is not ready enough for those inters. I find there is no wet line, there is no dry line. I think Exquism has made a big mistake here, although it is getting weather, but it's going to probably take around 3 laps at least for there to be enough of a wet line for Exquism to go on to be able to get the most out of those tyres.
I agree, mate. I absolutely agree. So, I think this one, mate, still a lot to play out in this Grand Prix. Yeah, look, I'm so interested when the rain comes, when the boys decide, oh, it's winter time, you know. I always read it. Well, I'm going to be competing against you tomorrow night, but trade secrets are trade secrets. But I always say that until I start seeing spray come off tyres, whether it be a little bit or a lot, until I start seeing spray off the tyres, that's when I know. Once I see that point, that's when I know it's into time. Until I don't see that, then I'm staying on the slicks.
Definitely.
That's just me personally. Other people play it differently. A lot of people like to time their run. There are a lot of guys out there that are really, really good at picking that crossover point. It's an extremely difficult one to read, albeit trying to predict a weather on a video game. But there are some guys out there that are really good at it, and it's just a matter of knowing what you're looking at here. And I do think you're right, mate. I think Exquism will be absolutely hurting on those intermediate tyres.
He will. Also got that Ferrari catching up. Also, another way to tell that it's time to change the tyres is particularly when DRS gets deactivated. That is also a call. Right. And so I don't believe it has been deactivated yet. So I think Exquism's made a massive mistake here, but we've still got Urban running away with this lead, with Forever Shack in second and Nick in third, with James in fourth, Don on the Fire fifth, Noodle sixth, and the rest are still roughly in the same position.
Yeah, exactly right, mate. Yeah, Urban's enjoying right now a 2.3 second lead. That is phenomenal in the short amount of time that this lad has only been in the ladder. And we do have a slow, what is that? Is that a slow Ferrari? Is that
Virtual Safety Car.
We have a VSC. I'm going to quickly flick to Rolling Thunder. Is that Rolling Thunder?
Yes, it is Rolling Thunder.
He is absolutely... Oh, there is spray. Look at that. Look at that coming off his... Oh, it's close.
His car looks like a Formula E car at this rate. My God.
It's extremely... Dude, it's...
Oh dear. Here we go, turn 12. Can he actually survive the whole entire turn?
It's close, it's changeover time. It's changeover time. It is changeover time. There we have action. We have action in the pit lane. There you go. Down under fire. Puts the inters on. Exquism has taken that position, but he's probably taken a lot of tyre life out of those inters. But yes, look at that, steamed. Oh, he's a lagged out player. Noodle on inters. It is time. The guys that have stayed out on slicks, you have made an error. It is time. Your ERS is disabled. Your DRS is disabled. There you go, guys. Coming up on the screen now. Just call me Nostradamus, but it is done. It is done. It's inter time.
It's raining.
It is intermediate time. It is raining in Albert Park. We are with Urban Scyther. Urban Scyther is tiptoeing around this track. There are 4 laps remaining. Can he break? No, it's getting worse.
Urban!
It's into time. Urban's lost the back end as Forever Shack drives in the pit lane. They're all jumping in the pit lane now, which is effectively going to put Exquism in the lead of this Grand Prix, if I'm not mistaken, mate.
I think that issue by Forever Shack, because Forever Shack entered the pit so slowly. Oh, it seems like... I don't think Urban's pit crew are ready. Urban's pit crew weren't ready. I've been looking at Urban and like his pit crew is like halfway. Like, half the team was out. I think this has affected Urban
Well, this
massively.
This is going to be close. Exquisite's coming around the last corner now. These boys are exiting pit lane. Urban's exiting pit lane. Exquisite's coming down the path.
Will Exquisite go? How is Exquisite? Sorry for cutting you off. Exquisite.
Urban's tucked in. Has he got the job done on those French inches?
Going on the outside.
Yes, well done. Urban's holding his line. Exquisite's got the inside line. Late on the braking with those up to temperature inches. Albeit a lot more warm. But he has made that position for P4. Fantastic move, Exquisite.
They touch a little bit. They touch.
A little bit of an argy-bargy there. Argy-bargy. But yes, want to be keeping it nice and clean there, Urban.
I can't believe we were dissing Exclaim before. Looks like Exclaim's made a brilliant call as he could put himself in a podium position if he is really good at that rain. But at the moment,
that was a phenomenal move by Exclaim.
At the moment,
great move.
Sorry, at the moment it's looking like Forever Shack will win this Australian Grand Prix, although there is such thing as a commentator's curse, and well, we don't want that.
Wow. For your information there, BB, we are currently on lap 26 of 29. Forever Shack enjoys the joy of a 6-second time penalty, followed by James Ruff with 3, Nick Magoo with 6, and Exclaim with 6. So, let's not forget, Urban has 0 time penalties, my friend. Urban can jump them all when it comes to... He just has to stay right behind Exclaim. Hope Exclaim stays right behind Nick Magoo, and Urban can win this thing.
Yes, and if I've got my maths right, did you say that Forever Shack has a 6-second time penalty?
It certainly does, my friend.
If James can stay in enough time, because James only has a 3-second time penalty, he'll be 5 seconds behind Forever Shack. So at the moment, it is really looking like James could win this Grand Prix.
Yes, mate, definitely. Definitely, he just wants to keep out of the 5-second range from Urban. That's all he has to do. James needs to keep out of 5-second range from Urban. And at the moment, he's currently 3.5 seconds in front of Urban. So Urban will jump him if he's not careful. He needs to be careful.
He does. As Urban goes for the move on Exclaim, he gets it done nice and quickly. Urban making the use of all these tyres.
Yes, he certainly is. Coming on those, well, let's not forget, Exclaim on those 4-lap-old inches, and I, in my opinion, did jump on them a little bit too early, probably 2 laps too early. Probably cooked the bulk of the tyre life out of him, and is absolutely hurting a little bit now. So, Urban's sitting pretty, mate.
It does. As well, at this rate, James will not win because James is 3.7 seconds behind. So with his, now 4.0, so with his 3-second time penalty, that would be around 6 seconds. So around the same time as Forever Shack. So it is definitely looking like Urban is in a good shot to win this Grand Prix.
Definitely, mate, definitely. Let's just keep an eye on these sector times. And Urban is absolutely catching Nick Magoo hand over fist. He's showing his class here at the moment. He's definitely tier 1 material.
As Nick's gone completely wide.
Nick's gone absolutely wide. Got turn 1 completely wrong. And that has given P3 to Urban. It's put Nick Magoo down to P5. Exclaim P4. Listen. The guys that have had the drive-through penalty, that is fantastic. Awesome racing. Forever Shack, Urban Cyber, and Exclaim, you boys have shown your class today. You've all had drive-through penalties. You are currently sitting P1, P3, P4. Phenomenal effort, lads.
I reckon this could come down to the last lap. If Urban can get past James, I think Urban will just have to purely chase down Forever Shack to be within that 6-second time range. Should be able to win this Grand Prix. Forever Shack's got another time penalty, so that's 9 seconds.
Oh no, that is just absolutely hurt him big time. He's pushing to get that gap, and it's opened it up for another penalty. As Urban is hunting down James Ralph. Urban is rapid today. He's enjoying these conditions. He's enjoying this track.
He really
James Ralph's currently half a second behind. I dare say, if James Ralph's not careful, he's a sitting duck here on this start finish straight, mate.
He is, as we've just got yellow flags in Sector 1, as it's not me, it's it's not me, it's you. Going a little bit slowly there. But enough about that. We've got some juicy front runners.
We certainly do, mate. We certainly do. This is the last lap. Lap 29 of 29 here at Albert Park, here in Melbourne, Australia. We do hope you are enjoying this racing as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. This is Oceania Racing League Tier 2. We are currently looking at Forever Shack. Forever Shack is leading this Grand Prix, but we will find out regarding time penalties where he does fit in the mix. James Ralph has got Urban Cider behind him. This is the battle to watch. This is for P2 on track. I do believe Urban will jump in regarding time penalties. As you can see, Urban has done very, very clean today. This is the lad, as he is looking to make a move.
He has to go past. He has to.
Under brake.
He does it.
Fantastic move. Fantastic move there by Urban, moving him up to P2. And that is job done, and I dare say he's going to bolt away from James Ross. This could be
a massive moment, because that could have held up Urban. Urban has to stay within under 9 seconds, and he's 9.2 seconds behind him. So I think Forever...
very close, mate.
This is definitely going to come down to across the line. But it's looking like, at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, as he'll come around the last corner, Forever Shack has done a beautiful drive, ladies and gentlemen, as he gets a little bit wide on the last turn, but it'll be Forever Shack to win the Australian Grand Prix.
Great drive, mate. Well done.
Well done.
As we wait for P2. P2's looking like Urban Cider. Urban Cider takes P2. James Ralph P3. Exqueen P4, Nick Magoo P5, Don under fire, great drive, mate, great battle in P6. He got, in the end, got past Steamed, who is lagged out. But mate, what an absolutely extraordinary Grand Prix.
Insane race, insane.
Phenomenal racing by the lads. We are going to do driver interviews. Urban, I am going to get you in this party chat, and you are going to invite these guys in if they want to do driver interviews. But yeah, I'm going to leave that to you. I am going to do what I always do after a Grand Prix. We are going to flick through the timing screens. You are going to see fastest laps. You are going to see penalties, just so the stewards can do their job and make sure everything is correct.
We'll have a look at the race directors now. As well, this was the pit stop strategy for everyone today. Forever Shack medium hard enters, Urban soft medium enters, James soft medium enters, Exqueen soft hard medium enters, Nick medium hard enters, Don under fire doing around a 5 stop with soft hard soft medium enters,
Yeah,
Noodle soft.
Terrible start.
He really did, as Noodle did a soft hard enters, but I want to go all the way down to Red Bull Moose with a soft hard inter soft inter. My word. My word.
That is a bit of a mixed bag if I've ever seen one, mate.
He does, but Forever Shack wins the Australian Grand Prix. Congratulations to him. Now let's go party with the podium celebrations.
We certainly will, mate. Let's see them, but these boys spray the champagne for the first time here at ORL. But there you go, jumping for joy is Forever Shack, giving the crowd a bit of a wave. Wonder if he's a Melbourne lad. Let's hope he is.
Let's hope. Beautiful scenes here, ladies and gentlemen, as our front three are a Mercedes, a Ferrari, and a Haas getting on that podium.
So a bit of a mixed bag with the podium there. But yeah, we do want to reiterate, Urban will not be a Tier 2 driver. He is a Tier 1 driver. But we are going to go through this. And Urban Cider with the fastest lap of a 1 minute 24.611, folks. And we are just going to wait for these penalties to go up. There you go, guys. You can see them. That's for the stewards. And we'll flick down to the bottom of the screen. And we'll do the same again so it can be adjudicated properly. But there's the settings. The standings. The screen's going to go blue, guys. I'm just going to invite some guys to the party, and we'll be back with driver interviews in a second.
But yes, this is our final grid, ladies and gentlemen. Forever Shack, Urban, James. Oh, they can't.
Blue screen. I'm on inviting people to the party chat.
Alright, well, I've still got my
Yeah, okay.
stream. I've got my stream
Oh,
still
your
going.
stream. Sorry, mate.
It's all good, it's all good. That's why I'm just
We're
like, hold
back.
up.
Yeah, we're back on ours now, mate. I'm so sorry, dude.
It's all good. And yes, it I I'm just gonna message Urban and say if he wants to. Yep. Yep, Urban's on his way. Did we want anyone else in as well? Or just Urban? Yep. 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 Alright, where is he? Alright. So I will add. Yep. Yep. All good. Urban's already been given an invite, so I can't really send him one. Yep. Definitely is. Definitely is. He's gonna. Oh, well, luckily we got one of them in. Bit controversial at the end though, Forever Shack. You were close to losing that lead, but luckily Urban went for that move on, who was it? Yes, James. So you were quite lucky to get that win, but dude, congratulations. Yes, Shaq got the win because yes. Oh, you should have heard us commentators. We were going crazy. And congratulations to you three once again. Well done. Well done.
Tell you what, like what a first round one, and thanks to everyone involved.
See you all later.